Hi, good evening everyone. Welcome to Coding Heights. This is Rasina with you. So today we are going to learn about generators in Python. So a generator in Python is a special type of function that yields one value at a time instead of returning them all at once. Think of like a playlist. Instead of loading all songs at once, it plays one song, pauses, and moves to the next when you ask it to, right? So this makes generators efficient, especially when working with large data sets, as they don't need to store all the values in memory at once. Okay. So now we will start with a basic generator example. So for example, I want to generate numbers from 1 to 3. Okay. So our aim is to print numbers from 1 to 3, but one at a time. Okay. So for that, I told generator is a function. So we need to use the keyword def. Then generator name. So I am giving my generator name as my generator. Then here we are differentiating a normal function and generator function by using the keyword yield. As a normal function will have return, right? But instead of return, a generator function will have yield. Okay. So first I will yield 1, then I will yield 2. So first it will output 1, then it will pause for the next call. Like that it is happening. Clear? So now how I can call this generator? So the key difference between a normal function and a generator function is this yield keyword. Okay. So instead of returning a value and exiting, yield gives a value and pauses the function. Okay. When we call the generator again, it continues from where it left off. Okay. So in this case, this generator will pause after each number. I mean here 1, 2, 3, and waiting for us to ask for the next number. Okay. So how we can access this generator now? For that, I will create a generator object. I will just simply call the generator function. So I will get a generator object. Now I can just simply print next of, then I will call this thing. So this will first call this generator function. So first it will yield 1, right? It means it returns 1 and it will pause, right? It will not exiting from the loop from the function. It will just make a pause. It will just make a break. So we get the output 1, right? So now if I am going to do the same here, it will again call the generator function, and it stopped here, right? So it will execute the second yield. So we will get the output as 2. Clear? Now if I am again printing this thing, so it will yield 3. So here I got 1. Okay, that is right. So I will we will get 3, right? Now if I am again giving, like it is already done, right? There is no yield is more there. So it will go show an error like stop iteration. Like there is no yield more, right? So that is the way we can access a generator function, right? Now we can instead of just calling like print, like many print statement we are using, right? So instead of that we can also use a loop. That is will be a more practical way to use generator. Okay. So how we can do that, that also I will explain here. I will just make this comment. Instead of this we can use a loop to call this generator function. Okay. So for that I will do something like that. For value, then in my generator function I can call here. Okay. Then I can just simply print that value. Okay. So I will run this code. I got this output, right? So here using a for loop, it automatically calls next for each value. So we no need to do it manually. This in one video I already did about this how internally next works inside for loop. That also already I have done in a video. So if you have more doubt, you can check that video, so you will get a better understanding like what is happening inside this for loop. Okay, so this was one example. Now I will tell the difference between generators and iterators. As we learned iterators before, generator is also a kind of special type of iterator. So the difference is that generator function will have a yield keyword, right? And iterator is having iter and next function. Also, generators are easier to write because Python handles most of the work, right? But iterators require you to manually define how the iteration works and all. Okay. So, what is the advantage of generators or why we need to use that? So, that is first thing is memory efficiency. Like they don't store all values in memory at once. So, instead they generate values whenever needed, right? Also, we can say this thing as lazy evaluation. Like values are generated only when requested. So, making them efficient for large data types. Clear? So that is the thing of generators. I will also show one example. I want to create a generator that yields squares of the numbers from 1 to a given limit. Okay. So here how I can do that. Squares. Okay. Square of numbers. Then here I will pass argument as a limit. Okay. So now I need to find square of each number, right? So the range is, I can give a range like from 1 to um, till limit. So here limit range will come like it will take till limit minus 1, right? So if I want to include limit, then I need to give something like the limit plus 1. Clear? Then I need to return here it is yield, right? Because it is a um, generator, right? So then I need to find the square. So I can give something like this. So that is over. Now how I can call this thing? So for that also I can for um, I can write something like that for square in square number. We can call the function, right? So here I want till 5. I want the squares. Okay, for example. So I can just print that square thing. Okay, so here we will get the output as 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, right? That is the working of this generator. So here this square numbers limit is the generator that calculates the square of each number from 1 to that limit. Okay, then instead of calculating and storing all squares at once, it yields each square one by one. Okay, so one by one it is solving each number. So the difference between generators and functions also I will explain here. Like functions return values all at once and stop. It will return all values and stop, right? But in generators yield values one by one and can resume when where they left off. So where they stop, it will restart from there. So that's it about generators. So generators are powerful and memory efficient way to handle the sequence of data in Python. So they are easy to use and perfect for tasks that involve processing large amount of data as they produce values one at a time, only when needed. So that is the use of generators. Hope you got a better idea about what is meant by generator and what is the difference from this iterator and normal functions. So that's it for today's video. Thank you. Have a nice day.